One of the most effective methods to prepare one's mind for everything that may come up in one's life is to become proficient in a specific ability or activity. It's not the response that most newcomers hoping to find a magic pill for their problems want to hear, but the amount of practice time you've put in is typically proportional to the amount of confidence you have. Do you get nervous before a big test? Continue your studies until you have a complete grasp of the content. Do you get anxious before important presentations like the one you have coming up? Hone your public speaking skills. You might be under the impression that everything is straightforward, but you'll need a steely mentality to get through not only these challenges, but also more difficult ones. How does that work? Great warriors throughout history have shown us that victory cannot be won without making the significant personal sacrifice. Even though he refuels himself every 3 hours, Lunsford always has the impression that he is starving due to his extremely restrictive diet and Formula One metabolism. Because he decided to be great, he has had to accept the isolation of iron and give up a lot of the things that other people simply can't function in their lives without. Everything is well worth it in his eyes. Only concentrate on the task at hand and not the result. Put in your best effort to complete the task. Because of this, at some point in the future, the ultimate goal will be accomplished on its own. You want to become stronger, so you should think of it as a series of hundreds of tasks, small increments in strength, raising the bar one more time, and put everything you have into those tasks. If you want to become stronger, you want to become stronger. The journey, not the destination, is where the real reward lies. If you are feeling irritable, engaging in physical activity may help. Get up and don't just sit there. Ask yourself, can I control this? About everything. Is this something I do, something I think, or something I decide? In that case, how can I allow myself to become preoccupied with it, let alone let it cause me harm or frustrate me? It is not within my capacity to do so. Keep your attention solely on the things you have command over. Be aware that things that are not in your control may not act by your preferences. You should be prepared for this. Get ready for certain things to be taken away from you. Refuse to take the way that is the least difficult. If there are 2 paths ahead, choose the more difficult one. A trail that is 9 miles long is always preferable to a trail that is only 4 miles long. Recognize that there is nothing in your mind that is challenging. Rather, view it as a learning experience. The sensation of success that comes at the end of a long journey, when you are fatigued and sweating, is unlike any other triumph, and it will transform you. A love for suffering and challenge. Disdain both convenience and fast cuts. Sometimes you should just give in to your hunger and forego a meal. When you start to feel thirsty, drink some water and then spit it out. You have not yet passed away. Think about people who have nothing. Practice everyday meditation to better understand the origin of your ideas and the reasons behind them. Detach yourself from self-defeating emotions or ego and make room for competent mindsets to emerge in their place. Practice the meditations of Samatha and Vipassana. At every turn, I question whether or not this is how my hero would behave. Is this instructive, loving, and helpful? Is this how a king should behave? What steps can I take to make this situation better? Because no one else will, you must take action. Whenever a flinch, delay, or hesitation occurs, you must recognize, without delay, that you are on the verge of defeating yourself. Continue. If you have the time, consider helping others who are struggling financially. Change the way you think about the situation, and you'll see that things are only as horrible as you make them out to be. Be pleased with a refreshing wind, a nice conversation, and the company of good people. Stop longing for things that are unattainable and recognize that an unsatisfied appetite binds us in place, preventing us from making progress and robbing us of the pleasure that comes from simply being alive. It is not optional to take care of one's appearance and hygiene, as well as to maintain a clean living environment. Make sure that your hair is in good condition, that your clothes are clean, and that your workspace is clear of clutter, rubbish, and disarray. Develop self-respect, discipline, and routine by taking pride in your appearance, and doing things the same way every day. Determine the obstacles that need to be overcome on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. Talk to that coworker you've been crushing on every week. Increase your time spent running continuously without stopping from 10 minutes to 12 minutes each month. Climb a mountain every year. Nothing that can be defined. No progress. No advancement. Stagnation. Strength should be trained on a consistent and rigorous basis. More than anything else, this strengthens a fragile mind to the point where it can endure anything. Find the most qualified full-contact martial arts instructors you can and devote yourself to learning from them, if at all possible. Imitate them by carefully observing their manner of speech and behavior. Do not complain, either to yourself or to others. A mindset that is resistant to fear, worry, and hesitation is known as an iron mind. An iron mind is one that is filled to the brim with mental power and self-assurance, and it does not falter under pressure or in the face of prolonged conditions. It is the mentality that welcomes any challenge and gets one ready to test the boundaries of their own potential. A competitor with a mentality made of iron will be determined to win a fight, no matter how badly they are doing or how much punishment they are receiving. To compete at any of the combat sports, a competitor needs to have a high level of bravery in order to continue with a fight that has already been scheduled. In the world of combat sports, it is a well-known phenomenon that aspiring competitors enjoy the idea of competing at a high level, but when the moment of truth arrives, they find themselves unable to follow through with their plans because they lack the mental fortitude to do so. After all, it's a pretty nerve-wracking experience to have to perform in front of hundreds of people in the ring. Therefore, over the course of time, fighters have discovered methods to prepare their brains, use mental toughness to break their opponents in the same manner that others utilize speed, conditioning, or technique. Focus on the basics while filtering out distractions, and cross the finish line with a vast amount of knowledge that they can use in future competitions. An iron mindset is a way of being and acting that helps improve performance predictability and positions athletes to be extremely flexible in all aspects of life, maintain focus, and be resistant to fragility. Successful Ironman athletes develop an iron mindset throughout their competition careers. That's it for today's video. I hope this video gave you an insight on how to grow your iron mindset. And remember, it's never too late for you to start over and be the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more self-improvement videos. See you next time.